Hi, this is Billy Dillard at the Billy Dillard Art Show. We finally got some paint going on inside this fairy house. I want to show you this first before we go at the beginning how we got started. That way I'll keep your attention and your curiosity as to how we did this. And if you have any questions about any materials used or what steps, just make sure to let me know. Leave them in the comments section, or I'll provide the contact page on my website where you can ask me questions there if you'd like. So I just figured I'd let you know, if you're wondering why my face is so red and it looks like I'm sweating, it's because it's 100 degrees today here in Oregon. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. So anyway, now we're going to get Angie to scan this. Here we go. And as you can see, these colors, they got a real glistening effect to them. I was using mica powders and mixing them in with my clear to get this effect. And it was 3 days of coating color after color after color till I got what I wanted. So this is the phase we're at now. Next I'll be doing the leaves and installing the leaves, so you got to make sure to check back in the playlist to see that. Hi, Billy Dillard, Billy Dillard Art. We're here today painting inside the fairy house, and I got my little fairy helpers here with me, helping me. And as you can see, we've already got started. So this video is going to be for you if you're wanting to do some faux finishing on the inside of your house. What we're doing here could be used on other applications. Some of it's going to seem pretty wild, kind of crazy, off the wall to you, but that's okay. That's the way I like to work. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you how I take the cedar sawdust and the flour and mix it up, because I didn't want to use peat moss, and I'll throw it on the wall. You'll get to see that here. And that's to keep the paint from touching the spots that I apply that to. So just hang in there. I'm going to get to mixing this, and then we'll show you how this works. Okay, so here's one sawdust. This is cedar sawdust I got when I was sawing up the lumber, the cedar boards. And Karma over here, this is the cedar pellets that you use for bedding for horse stalls or rabbit stalls or rabbit pens or whatever. And she's chopping it up. It gives me a different texture. So I actually prefer the one that she's hammering up better than this, because the texture sticks to the wall better. With this one here, we're mixing flour in it to get it to stick, but either one will work. So we'll go ahead and show you this one here. So here's my recipe: a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So we got our cedar sawdust. I gotta mess up my wife's flour. We'll just do it like this here.
We won't be making pancakes out of that flour.
Yeah, yummy.
Yeah, I will, but they're for Billy.
So, now we got to get some water. And as far as the mix on your water, that's it. It works by feel better than anything. If you get it too wet, it's just really gooey. It's kind of one of those things you have to play around with a little bit to get what you want. Now, like I say, you could use peat moss, and that works great on cement walls and stuff, but I don't want to use peat moss because it's kind of dirty. So if I use peat moss on the wall, it would dirty up the wood. That's starting to feel pretty good. See, you want the texture where it still shows some of the grain of the sawdust. Okay, so what you can see here is where we've already been spraying, and this is definitely not the finished look. This is just a base, and there again, we don't want a solid color. When it dries, it's going to be not a really solid opaque color, but it's a cedar mixed with some opaque, kind of a creamish color, creamish white. So we're using a spatter pattern, and you can see where if I've thrown the chunks of sawdust on here, and once that dries, I'll flake it off, and it'll show the original color of the wood, which I want. Now, after I put a few layers of this on, then I'll come back with the clear mixed in with my mica colors that are real iridescent, and that's when it'll start really showing some color. But this is just the beginning, and basically I'm using this to lighten up the background a little bit, but not make it a solid color, and still allow some of the wood color to come through. And that way, it'll seal it up. So when I do my micas, they'll pop. So that you'll see that later on. Now what I'm fixing to show you now is how I put the sawdust on there. It's really simple. Alright, here we go. So you just that simple. And you can make it as random, thick as you want. And don't worry about stuff falling on the floor. It don't matter. The key thing is you want this to look really random. Just that simple. And at the bottom of my can it's a little drier, so it's not going to want to stick as well. Just put it back in your can, mix it back up. But you can kind of see the consistency right there when you squeeze it. You don't want it just crumbling and falling apart, because if it does, it's not going to stick. So now you got that. And that's, like I say, some spots I can definitely go heavier. And I don't want all these walls to look the same, so some of it's really light. So now, Mo, my little helper here, is going to show you how she starts using the paint. And the spray bottle, you can adjust the nozzle to, if you pull back really hard, you can get a different pattern, or you can adjust it to a fine pebbly effect, or where it's got a pattern like she's got right there. Now we want some, now do it again, show them again. Now the idea is don't put it on too heavy at one time, because if you do, it's just going to start running on you. Let me borrow your bottle, because we're at the angle you're at. And just depending on how you want it, then you can change the nozzle again, and it's just that simple. So you can start getting as heavy as you want, and then change your deal again. So here we are again today. Karma, my little helper, is going to be spraying the color on the day. So let's get started. So we already got the color mixed, and Karma is going to be using a couple of different techniques. So let's go ahead, Karma, do your thing, girl. Right now what she's doing is doing kind of like a diagonal pattern, and it's hard to see because these colors are really transparent. Alright, now Karma, let's just get you to go up there and just squirt some on there until you get it to where it shows up. Get a little closer. Let's see if we can get some of this color to show. Now you can kind of see it showing up. There again, this color is really transparent because we want to build it up gradually. We don't want it, we don't want a really solid color. That way we can change it as we go. Oh, I'm liking that already. There's going to be multiple colors going on this thing. So like I say, it's a little hard to see at this point, but as we go along, we just keep adding layers and layers, and we can build it up. That color kind of matches your hair there, Karma.
It does?
Yeah, it's real similar to the color in your hair. Almost, it's like you dipped your hair in the paint, but we know you didn't. Alright, so that'll take care of this little short video for today, so make sure to keep coming back and watch, because this is going to be a progress as far as getting to the finished. I'm not quite sure how many videos it's going to take yet, but so just check out the complete playlist. You don't want to miss any of this. Alright, I'm glad you're here. Let me know if you got any questions as far as the colors, the products, or anything that we're using. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Just leave me a comment. Alright. Thanks a bunch. Later.